New tier lists.
Oh wait, yeah. Your thing. Your idea.
How do I make a new tier? Oh, make it. There's a big blue button on the screen. You moron. So I hope you enjoyed the intro just before that. Today we're doing the tier list, and it's going to be all of my completed extremes so far. We got 7 tiers, I believe. Is it 7? Who cares? It's the best, very solid, decent, mid, not a big fan, awful, and die. Now I have got my own tier list that I've made off video, but I thought it'd just be a lot more fun to go through it and see if I've got any differences. I'll show the other one at the end. Now as of the 12th of July 2022, I have 54 extremes. I am working on Arctic Lights, but I'm not going to include that because it's not in, I've not beaten it yet, but yeah, it'll be fun to compare in like a year. I might do another one, we'll see. And with all explaining and intro stuff done, let's just jump right into it, I guess. Now let's get started, shall we? So ICDX, I did try and make every thumbnail as like readable as possible. I like the EVW thumbnail, but anyway, as for the level, it's just awful. It's very clearly made for difficulty, and there's not even a passing fact. It's not even funny like some of the newer extremes. It's literally just a bad old impossible level that happened to be possible, I guess. Now we've got QFP. Now, of course, ICDX and QFP were both insane demons, but when I beat them, they were extreme. They were my first 2 extremes, actually. So, from what I remember, it's very faint, but I didn't like it that much. Definitely better than ICDX, but it's just I'm not a big fan. I died at the duels 20 times, and back then I didn't really have anger control, so I kind of just got pissed off at everything. So I think not a big fan is a pretty fair spot. Now third up, we've got Breakout. This was also my hardest demon by a decent shot at the time. I didn't think QFB and ICDX were that much harder than Ultrasonic, if harder at all. So this was a really big step up for me, and it took me, I believe, 10 to 15k, something like that. I remember it being extremely annoying, and quite frankly, I don't remember much, but I remember suffering quite a lot. I must have died at the drop like probably 40 times, just because that's just how I am. So I'm going to go with not a big fan, but I think this is, actually, do you know what, I do think it's worse than QFP, because at least QFP looks good. This has no real redeeming qualities, it was just kind of annoying. Now next up we have Allegiance. Now this level is very interesting, because it was planned to be my first extreme, and then I dropped it, and then I got a new PC, so I picked it back up again, and then I dropped it again, and then I picked it back up again when I got a new monitor, because I broke my monitor before, because I'm a moron. But yeah, overall I think this level's pretty decent. I had a few nitpicks with it, but I wouldn't, it's not like the most solid level ever, like it wouldn't go here, but it would definitely go in decent. I don't mind this level. Now fifth up we have Cataclysm. Now I believe this is just a very middle of the ground level. There's nothing spectacular about it, but there's nothing bad either. It just is very deserving of mid. Now after Cataclysm I finished Twisted Tranquility, which I got 60 a few weeks before. Now, this level, I don't remember much, if I'm going to be honest, if anything. I remember slightly how the level goes, but I remember it being annoying, so I'm just going to put it below Quest for Perfection. It can't be that good if I don't remember it, right? Now, next up is Lucky number 7. Now, it was lucky. In fact, so lucky that it was my first S tier. Now, I adore this level. I still do. When I came back to it with the Demon List tournament, it was so fun. Oh my god, this level's incredible. Now after Cyclone we went back down again with Incipient, and I don't remember this level too well. I just remember getting very frustrated with this. It's not the best level. I think I'm going to put it just above Twisted Tranquility because I remember this slightly more, so that must mean something, right? Now, not gonna lie, number 9 is usually my lucky number, but with Deception Dive that wasn't the case, as it was my 9th extreme. My god, I did not have a good time with this level. I died at the end so many times, and every death was just... Oh, what the... I really didn't like this level so much, in fact, that from what I remember, it's going to go there. We're going to have our first die tier. Now we have Artificial Dream, which was actually my 10th extreme. This level was really good. It's not like quite the best tier, but this level was really solid. I actually don't remember getting angry at this at all, and my luck wasn't atrocious, so that was great. Now, following Artificial Dream, I did Niflheim, which is a big step out of my comfort zone. I never really just jumped into a level and seen how it was. I'd always just go off people's opinions and just say, oh, is this level cool? Okay, it must be cool, I'll play it. Now this level really took me by surprise. I really liked it except for the choke points. The ball and that one yellow orb in the cube was super annoying. But overall, I liked it more than I hated it, so I'm going to put it in decent, just above Allegiance. Now after Niflheim I did the ultimate phase. Now this level was just extremely boring. I don't know why I really beat this level, it was just one of those beat levels that you eventually get around to doing. Now overall, there wasn't really that much wrong with this level, it was just really boring for some reason. I don't know why, I just never really have fun with it, so I'm going to put it just below Breakout. Now next up I did Hypersonic. Now this level was really annoying. I felt like I just died to bugs all the time and it was kind of just really annoying, so I'm going to put this right above ICDX. Now my 15th Extreme Demon was Bloodbath. Now this level is, to basically put it simply, I really don't like Bloodbath. It was just so boring and annoying to play. Like, I had to drop and pick this level up probably over a dozen times, so I'm just going to put this below ICDX. Now next up we have Layak. Now I don't remember too much about Layak, I just remember it was pretty good, but it wasn't like the best thing in the world like a lot of people said it was back then. So I'm just going to put this at the very bottom of decent, because I think that's a fair place to put it. Now next up we have Plasma Pulse 3. Now I wish this level was better than it actually was, because I had such a terrible experience after dropping it a few times, and I'm just going to put it at the top of mid, but it could easily be very solid if I had a better experience with it. Now next up we have the first level I ever beat on stream, being Aftermath. This level was actually pretty good, so I'm just going to put it just slightly above Plasma Pulse 3. If I can... Hello? What? Hello? There we go. Now next up I did Black Blizzard. Now this was a level that really made me feel like I was starting to actually get good at the game. I had a very interesting experience with this level. To put it simply, about a week in, I was like pretty good at the level overall, except the beginning. I had like 10k attempts or something, and my best was 29, and I fluked a 96, which was absurd. I still can't believe I did that to this day. Now, other than the fluke, this level was kind of painful, but I still love this level to bits. It's not quite the best worthy, but I really did enjoy this for the most part, other than playing from zero. Now next up we have my favourite completed extreme as of right now, and my god, I love this level. You can watch my 6 odd minute video if you want to know why. Just, my god, this level's so good. Now following my favourite current extreme that I've beaten is my second or third. I'm still not 100% sure whether I like Cyclone or Killbot more, but I like them for the same reasons. I think for a change I'm going to put Killbot just below Cyclone, because as much as I love Killbot, Cyclone is just... I haven't had the chance to replay Killbot, whereas Cyclone, like, I've got that, like, more recent attachment to it. Now, next up, we have probably one of the lesser known extremes, being Phosphorescent by Limetime. This level was just very strange, to put it simply. I don't think this level's bad, but I don't think it's necessarily good either, so I think I'm just going to put it just below Cataclysm. I was going to put it in between, but I actually prefer Cataclysm now I think about it. Following on from a mid-level, we have another mid-level, being Artificial Ascent. Now, this level's kind of fun, but it also takes a lot of damage in a sense from choke points, so I'm just going to put this slap bang in the middle of mid, because I don't really know where else to put it if I'm being honest. And next up we have Kowa, a level I am extremely indifferent to. Part of me really likes this level, part of me really hates it. This was the main reason I stopped playing hard extremes, but this level's also kind of fun, so I have no idea where to put it. I think because the gameplay is really satisfying, and as much as it's kind of boring from zero, I don't mind it. I'm going to put it just at the bottom of decent, because I think it's better than any level in here. Now after Kowa, I beat Auditory Breaker in a decent amount of time as well. This level's kind of just like, I don't really know how to feel about it, so I'm just going to put it like slap bang in the middle of mid again. Now as you can tell this video, I've been going on my experiences at the time depending on if I remember them, unlike Twisted and Incipient where I just slapped somewhere for no reason. As of Aku, bang, fight me about it. I hated this level so much. It was so annoying, it was so stupid, the 80 fucking dash orb doesn't work. Oh my god, this level was so annoying. I hated the experience so much. Moving on swiftly from, quite frankly, garbage, we have Penombre, which isn't garbage. It's actually pretty good. I prefer this over Layak. Now, after Penombre, I beat Acropolis. Now, this level definitely had its ups and downs. It could either go indecent or awful, but because I fluked it, I think that kind of bumps it up a little bit. So I'm going to put this just at the slight bottom between AA and Cataclysm. Now surprisingly, Ato-X wasn't even that bad. I always thought Ato was just an okay level, just where AA and Auditory would be right now actually. But 8OX really built on what was a kind of boring concept and just made it really fun. The deco is obviously a lot better, and I actually really enjoyed this level. I think I died at the end a little bit, but that's because the level's really consistent in the first half. I actually really like this level. Now, from one good level to another, I actually really enjoyed Fexy. I don't know why, but I really enjoyed Fexy. I just had such a good experience with this level. Now, this level nowadays would probably be below Black Blizzard because I prefer the level, but I'm going to judge it based off the experience that I had back then, as I have with basically the entire time. And yeah, I just loved Fexy. I just have no idea why. It was just super fun. And we're going to continue the good streak with a Bizarre Phantasm. Now, this level, I didn't really get to experience it that much because I kind of just fluked everything. My best was 71, and as if you've played the level, you know, like, everything hard is past 71. Like, that transition's awful, and then you've got the duel, and then also the mini wave, and also the ship, and then the memory wave. The memory wave isn't that hard, you just gotta remember it, but yeah. From what I can tell, I just didn't mind this level. I thought it was pretty good, so I'm gonna put it just above Kowa. Now, this is where the run of just decent and above, like, dips down a bit, because Concaved was kind of forgettable, if I'm being honest. It wasn't necessarily bad, but it was kind of just, again, forgettable. So I think I'm just gonna put this just below Plasma Pulse 3, because I do think... Are you fucking serious? I'm actually gonna murder your family. But yeah, I think it just belongs just perfectly there. Now, going from one forgettable, very mid-level to a not so forgettable, but very mid-level, being Shatter. Now, I didn't really, again, experience this level. I kind of just, like, got to 60 twice and beat the level. So, I think I'm just gonna literally put this between Auditory and AA. I don't really remember it that well. Now, things are only going downhill from what I've noticed, but next up we have the Bad Erebus, and this level's extremely annoying, and I don't know how you make something being pretty good, being normal Erebus, which we'll get to later, make it this much worse, I guess. It wasn't awful, but it was definitely annoying, so I'm going to put this, like, there. I think that's a pretty good place to put it. Now, after a run of bad form, we have Prismatic Haze. Now, this level's extremely weird to me, because this level, if I could beat this every single attempt, this would unironically probably go here. But because you can die in this level, as dumb as it sounds, it really drops down a lot. So when I was playing this, I really enjoyed it, but dying at the end over and over again was so frustrating. So I think I'm going to put it just above 8OX. But if I couldn't die in this level, basically, this would easily go top 2 at least. Next up is another banger level that isn't ruined by dying, actually. This is Zyrokabi. Now, Zyrokabi is... It looks like hell to play, but my god, I love this level. It's so fun. The wave... I thought I was going to despise the wave, but once you learn it, it gets so consistent, and oh my god, this level is incredible. I recommend anyone to play this. Now, after 2 banger levels, we have not such a banger level being Polish Alphabet. However, this level has a funny story. Basically, me and the mob basically got like about 15 to 20 people to beat this level and upload it at the exact same time with the exact same title and thumbnail. And I really enjoyed the experience of just, oh, I'm gonna beat this with a bunch of people and upload it, but like the entire experience was pretty good. Without the experience, this level would probably unironically go like there. But because the experience was just pretty fun to just do with everyone, I'd say it's probably just at the top of not a big fan. Now, next up we have Berserk. Now, this level is something else, man. I had some really strange deaths, that's the way to put it. But I still really enjoyed this level. I thought I was gonna, like, drop down the enjoyment based on the deaths, but this level's just so fun, man. There's nothing more to say, it's just a really good level. Now on to Rate Demon. Now, this level is very fun. But it also got very frustrating because over the times I played this, because I played this a few times, I must have died to the last ship God knows how many times. And as fun as the robot is, and as satisfying as the ship is, this gameplay, it's kind of like Prismatic Haze, where it could be a lot better. It's not as good as Prismatic Haze, obviously, but if you just didn't die, it'd probably be a lot better. So I'm going to put this just above Niflheim. I think that's a good place to put it. After I finished off Rate Demon, I then did Belengu. Now, Belengu started off well, and ended like this, and that's all we're going to say on the matter. It was awful. Now, luckily, Erebus wasn't as bad as Belengu, and unlike its redeco thing that Platinum made, this level's actually extremely good, and I really enjoy Erebus, so I'm going to put it just above 8OX. Now next up is technically Double Vortex, but I'm going to do Moment first because I beat it in between as a little break. And Moment's actually insanely good. I really enjoy the ship part at 50, it's incredible. This entire level is just really consistently good, so I'm going to put it... Actually, do you know what? I'm going to put it above Berserk. This level's incredible. And now let's go back to Double Vortex, which theoretically I started before but didn't actually beat before it. It's a bit of a goofy situation, but anyway, Double Vortex is actually really good. It's only just slightly better than Erebus though, I think. Like, I definitely wouldn't prefer it over Prismatic Case, but this level's surprisingly good for what you'd think it is. And now we've got, to put it simply, a run of extremely bad levels. As of right now, is my least favourite Extreme Demon that I've completed. I hated this so much, because... obviously, you know, at this point, I had beaten Double Vortex and Erebus basically, like, within a few weeks. And for some reason, for the life of me, I could just not beat this level. Oh my god, I hate it so much. Now, moving on from Azashite, we have Sukupen Hell. Now, this level was literally hell for me. Not in terms of coming back to it. When I came back to it, I beat it in an hour. That makes me want to not put it right below Azurite. Because I've still been very on the fence if I hate this level more just naturally. But the experience coming back to it was so good because I fluked it from 40, I beat it in an hour, I had basically no struggles. I'm going to put this just below Aku. But if I had gotten the same experience that I did with these three, like where I just died at the end so many times coming back to it, at Sukupen Hell rather, would be by far, it would have its own tier. Like, I'm almost sure it would. Now, I don't know how I did this, but the streak continued with the worst levels I've ever played, mostly. And Napalm generally is considered a pretty good level. Not by me, though. My god, this level was the most... It felt so unfair, because... I can't exactly say why it felt unfair, just every death, it just felt so unbelievably stupid. It's like Azurite, but harder, but this level's not as bad as Azurite, because it actually works. I don't know, this level is just, oh, I wish I could like it, but it's just so frustrating. Oh my god. It's just, I just can't like this level, man. It's so annoying. Now, you might be looking at down base and be like, oh, he's gonna add it in die. And generally, you're probably right if you asked anyone else. But for me, I actually don't mind down base. I think it was pretty fun, but it also suffered the same as Napalm, where every death, it just felt so unbelievably stupid past 40. Luckily, I didn't die at the end too much, so I didn't really have to deal with that, but... I don't know, I don't mind this level. It would probably go a lot higher if a lot of the deaths that I had weren't something completely ridiculous, but... yeah, down base is okay, at the very best. Now, going straight back down to the bottom, we've got the Flawless. Now, luckily, it's not as bad as every other level I've described up until down base, but it's still pretty bad. This level's just really boring and just, I'm not the biggest fan of this level. It's luckily not die tier, but it wasn't great, to put it simply. Now, luckily, the bad streak ended with Moth Melons. Now, this level is just probably a better Shatter. It's got similar mechanics and stuff, like with double clicks and just slow gameplay. So I'm going to put this right at the bottom of very solid, because this level actually really inspired me to just enjoy slower gameplay more. Well, now we have possibly the most bipolar feeling of a level I actually have, that I've beaten at least. And Ike Attacked, I was going to say is the level that I've died to the most far, but Thinking Space probably tops that, just because of the nature of the level. I'm just not going to explain too much. I'm just going to put it between Auditory and Shatter, because on a good day, it would be the top of decent, and a bad day, it would be the bottom of awful. So, yeah, I don't really know where else to put it. Now, after Ike Attacks, I beat Crystal. Now, this level is, again, very bipolar, but I am going to stick this in the best tier, because this level is actually really good. I had a bad experience when I played it originally, but coming back to it, man, I forgot how fun this level was. It's so good. Now, next up we have Sonic Wave, and I have so much history with this level. I'm genuinely debating on making a video about it, so if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments if you've made it this far. But I'm just going to put it simple, and I love Sonic Wave so much. It has some of my favourite Wave gameplay. I don't know why, I just love Sonic Wave so much, man. Now, after Sonic Wave, I beat Timor, and Timor, I beat, like, ridiculously fast. I don't know how I did this. It's probably because I died past 64 times, which is extremely rare for me. But, yeah, this level started off, like, probably very bottom of very solid, as levels usually do start out for me. And the choke points in this level really started to show towards the end. And not only that, but for some reason I needed to blink a billion times every attempt. And I probably died past 50 like 6 times because I needed to blink because my eyes were going rapid fire blink. Because I used to rub my eyes a lot at this point, which made my eyes need to blink more and so on. So I had a lot of problem with this a while ago, but I'm trying to fix it now. And yeah, I'm just going to put this right at the top of not a big fan, because this level could have been really good, but just multiple problems just stacking up over time really kind of ruined the experience of Timor for me. Now, penultimately, we have Thinking Space. Now, this could go anywhere from just above Devil Vortex to below Crystal, but I think because this level made me feel so satisfied with the completion and all of that, I'm going to put it above Fexy, because, my god, the journey I had, the streams, I love this experience so much, man. This level means so much to me, I can't put it into words. And finally, to finish off the tier list, to where we are in the present day, my most recent extreme is Subsonic. And I really don't know how to feel about this level. It was good, but it also had some really specific parts that really annoyed me. Mainly in the last 25, but I also didn't die to them. So, I think, I was originally going to put this below Plasma Pulse 3, but now I realise it, I think I'm actually going to put this just above ABP. I think that's a pretty good place to put it, and to end it off, actually. So yeah, this is the completed tier list. I have to talk a little bit quieter because it's really late at night, but I really hope that you enjoyed just seeing my thoughts on levels, and let me know if you want me to make more videos like this where I go through just how I feel about extremes. It's actually really fun to make, so yeah. At the start of the video I said I compared the tier list that I made off camera, and this was mainly because this is like how I feel like the moment I do it, but I also change it around a lot, so that's kind of a problem with it. But yeah, this is the tier list that I've made just off, and like the top 5 is basically pretty similar, I'm pretty sure. I think I've made a few changes, but yeah, I'll just go scroll down a little bit just so you guys can see if there's anything like ridiculously different. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot less in here, that's for sure. I took it more off experience than how I feel about the actual levels. Like, for example, Belengu, I don't actually hate. It's just the experience itself, which is why it's in here on the other tier list. But yeah, I'm going to do the outro just in the same thing as what I'm doing now. So yeah, thanks for watching everybody, and I'll speak to you guys in the next video. Hopefully I'll be beating Arctic Lights because I'm struggling with it a lot. Anyway, peace out everybody.